very much, everyone, for joining. Obviously, a big time, big day with the signing of Kole to Radcliffe Football Club. Let's first, Ray, let me start with you, only because you came to Bermuda doing a showcase and looking for talent, and actually this is a step from that into this actual signing. So give us a sense of how you saw that connection in Bermuda to this resulting in a contract for a young man.
Yeah, so I think it's obviously taken a little longer for us to get that positive outcome, ideally for Cole. But as you know, there's been some stuff that's happened in Bermuda that's delayed us coming back and progressing with what we was trying to do. But the facts of the matter is that it takes a while to get the confidence and people to believe in the players, and we're so pleased that Lee has shown that he believes in Cole, and I think it's a clarification of that the players from Bermuda can play at this level, and it's been positive.
So, what was your expectation when the club contacted you to try and show that you deserved an opportunity?
I just wanted to just gain experience with playing first team football, and obviously my goal is to become a professional footballer, but the experience comes first. So I'm just trying to do my best at Radcliffe and just show that I'm capable, and also help the club as they believe me and as Lee Fowler believes in me as well.
Lee, we were talking prior to these guys coming on, and what impressed you about Cole when obviously you're getting calls or you're getting a video to see what he's capable of doing? What's the standout that impressed you about this young man?
Just his athleticism stood out in first for me in terms of it. Every attribute he has is perfect for a footballer in terms of his size, his technique, his left-footed. Then I started watching the clips slowly, and for a lad who's just come over to play over it, especially when he was at Tranmere, the clips I seen, he looked comfortable, he didn't look out of his depth, and there was loads to work with, and I'm always wanting to give young people a chance because they're going to be hungry, and the people who've have not had it on a plate like most English players, they're going to have that more desire and more hunger. So we're just going to give Cole the platform to go and do what he naturally can do, and then hopefully things kick off for him, which I hope they will.
Jose, you spend time with a lot of young players and so forth. What do you see in the youngsters today that you saw in Cole that could actually help him now that he's got this contract?
I think most of all, Cole, his hunger for the game, his desire, and willing to learn and listen from others, which that obviously showed me it's a great attribute to have. He's willing to go an extra mile all the time, and it's just really the life he lives of a footballer, because we all know football can be quite tough, but Cole's aspirations and Cole's belief in the way he lives his lifestyle makes others that you want to help him and move forward. And I think Cole is a great example to a lot of youngsters coming through, because it's not just on the pitch, it's also off the pitch. Looking after yourself, eating right, nutrition, and Cole has shown every single bit of it.
So you now are the latest of a lot of young men that have left Bermuda and have gone on to sign contracts. But do you feel added pressure now that this deal is done, that you now must go in, pay attention to everything that people ask of you and more, to ensure that this can be just the start of something of a long relationship?
Yes, I'm more than focused than I ever was, really, because like football, that's my dream. And to sign for Radcliffe, as they believe in me, this club that believes in me. I signed in. Well, I started playing for them, I believe, in late January, and played a few games, scored a goal. But now that I'm signed a contract, it's like that I'm more desired to just prove that I'm capable and just help the club like progress moving forward.
Lee, I'm going to come back to you because the pandemic kind of stopped everything. How does this reshape the club looking forward to next season? Because I see you guys have been busy looking for players and getting ready, but how does this reposition the club for next season?
In terms of the recruitment wise, we got our business done quite early. I knew I wanted to bring in straight away. I missed every target I got. In terms of the club, we just carry on as normal. We're lucky to have an owner who's a very hard-working businessman and a good chairman who leave the club in sort of very good stability, where we're not worried about the money which needed from the fans to come in. So we're, in that aspect, we know we're going to get paid and everything's going to be fine. Obviously, it's a bit of a blow being, we don't know when we're going to go back. We've been given a start date of September, but obviously if any spikes in the virus, then it could go to October, and worst case scenario could go to January, which will be a blow. But from a club's point of view, we just carry on as what we have been doing. They've got an ambitious club, ambitious owners, ambitious manager, and I've recruited players who are ambitious as well, who all want to move into the Football League as I do as well. I don't want to be at Radcliffe for the rest of my life. I want to be a Football League manager myself very, very soon. So we've recruited on hungry people who match and echo us as a football club.
Ray, the relationship you have in Bermuda is a strong one. When do you think it will be possible to get another look at a bunch of young people who now have the same aspirations as Kole does?
Yeah, obviously, we've been in discussions about that, and we was hoping to be fair, we was looking at February of this year was when we was going to do a major showcase of senior players, and also we was going to obviously look at the more youth players. So that was a big thing. That's really what was happening in terms of moving forward. I'm hoping that once restrictions of travel are done, looking at it, I think we're looking at the, if we could do it at the end of this year or early next year, that would be fantastic. But the idea is same as it's always been, and that is to a permanent sort of development academy on the island, which therefore can be the bridge that allows us to present players to clubs. But the most important thing is association with clubs, and obviously, for example, like Radcliffe have shown that, and taken the option on Kole, and I know that Jose is nothing but brilliant comments on how Kole's been treated. That for sure, it would be ideal that we can have platforms for these players to come across and be exposed to. So, in short, I would say I'd like to be by the end of this year, if not by the beginning of next. But the idea is to have not just like we've done in the past. We've had those camps, and as you know, we've been out with professional football clubs and put on showcases and training camps. But it was more younger based. But what we want to do now is those players that 18 plus. We want the best players on the island that we can get showcased and then promote them, because quite clearly, as Kole is an example, we know that under the right guidance that they and support, they can play at a reasonable level in England. We want more than one Letty Wells, if I may say that, and I believe there's more on the island.
Jose, back to you. When looking for talent, what are some of the particular things that you're looking at and looking for from a player right out of the gate?
I'll say for me, it's mainly you've got to be athletic. You've got to, have a reasonable technical ability. But what I mainly look at, you've got to have the hunger for the game. Because if you've got the hunger for the game and you've got that ability, you will definitely show. And as I always say, like, for example, I look at Cole, and as Lee clearly says, his athletic ability, it's there. He's tall, he's quick, he's strong, he can run, and then he's got that left foot that can hurt teams at times, and it's just then a little bit of more guidance, then shape him into the player that he needs to be.
Lee, I'm going to come back to you. When we look at how players that you're looking for fit into a system, because every coach has a style and has a system of wanting to play. How does Kole fit into that mode of what you're looking for?
He fits perfectly into sort of my recruitment part, which is aesthetically and athletically, and is how he is in terms of with his left foot as well. There's something about left-handed sports people and left-footed sports people. It looks better. It looks naturally gifted. I don't know what it is. I don't know the snooker players, the tennis players, the footy players. But what I needed last year from Kole was a little bit of blessing in disguise for Kole last season. He needs to learn how the English system works in terms of the playing. I thought he was fantastic against Scarborough. I thought he struggled a little bit against Gainsborough. The pitch was heavy. It was a physical game, and we lost the game. And there's certain aspects he needs to learn in terms of how to win a game and how to react within games. But then when I sort of went back and seek the reason why the people he was up front with wasn't complementing his game naturally. So what I've done this year, I've brought in a big target man who's 6'4". He's athletic, but he's also played for like 16 football clubs. So I've now got a striker who can talk to Kole through the game. And rather than me coaching on the sideline, which I don't believe in, Kole needs to just be his natural self. But then also when he's being guided by his teammates around him, let him play football on the ball, go and do his own thing. Off the ball, there's little things he'll need to learn, and little tricks of the trade, little feints, little contacts going down, gaining free kicks and that. But that's all part of his learning process, which I'm happy to give him. He's gonna. I've got no doubt. I'm hoping, we get him further up the pyramid as soon as possible, because it'll look great for Kole and also look good for us as a club that will give him players a chance to succeed. And then hopefully, if he does well, international honours as well, and what a great achievement that'll be for Kole and for us as a football club. So I think he'll be our first international if we can do that.
Kole, this is one of the opportunities to be as honest as possible, because you got people that has helped you get to this point. If you were assessing yourself, what help would you need to improve your game for the coming season?
I would say mental guidance, like from coaches, like as Leo was saying, as I need to learn like some aspects of the game to make myself better, like off the ball runs, and like gaining fouls more, like if I'm touched, like close to the box, like go down type, like things like that.
Okay, all right. Well, gentlemen, I do want to thank you very much for your time, and I guess Radcliffe now has a country following them with Bermudian in the fold in Radcliffe, and we will keep an eye out on how things progress whenever the season starts. So good luck to everyone. Ray and the team, hopefully see you guys back in Bermuda shortly, and we have more success. Thank you very much.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Thank you very much.